So we have got Clairgustance, which is clear tasting. Okay, so I don't know if any of you have experienced this, but it is the ability to taste something that isn't physically there. This is not just imagining eating ice cream, but that could be a good practice for you. This can happen for me as a reader when I'm doing like for example a mediumship reading. Perhaps that loved one gives me a taste of sometimes like alcohol in my mouth, and I'll be like, okay, so so we'll start talking about that in the reading. It could be they give you a taste of the sweet stuff, baking. There can be all kinds of different ways that you can get that kind of fleeting taste, and it's just like, okay, so where's this coming from? What is the message here with it? As a medium also, it does not always have to be food. There can be a taste of blood. Depending on what physical condition that person may have had, there can be taste of like chemical or drug treatments. So really, there's a full range of experiences there. Working on developing your taste and becoming more hyper aware of all your senses is going to help build a richer approach to your development, to your spiritual development. For example, if you suddenly start thinking that morning, wow, okay, I'm really craving Chinese food today. I'm really craving it. Out of nowhere, got a taste of Chinese food. Okay, so that lunchtime, which you hadn't really planned, you go to your favorite Chinese lunch restaurant, and lo and behold, you bump into someone that you haven't seen in a long time, that was important for you to perhaps like bump into that day for whatever reason. That is another way that the spirit world is trying to communicate with you and trying to guide you. Like, hey, you need to go to this place and meet someone. So it's another way that they can be communicating with you, rather than just like, instead of hearing a message, like you get this taste for it. It's all valid, it's all good. So just go with that. Just like with the sense of smell, you can focus on the sense of taste to help develop it and become more aware of it, because you know what it's like. You go to a restaurant these days, there's TVs everywhere, people talk, so there's a lot of distraction when we're eating, and so I don't feel like we focus quite as much as on the actual taste and experience of dining, perhaps as used to. So it's just like, how do I bring this focus back? So just becoming much more aware of the taste, just sitting there and just like focusing on it for a second. Oh wow, okay. Then that will help to strengthen the awareness of messages coming in. When you ask your guides or your loved ones for messages, just say, send me a message today. And sometimes, when people are going through, difficult times, or it's an anniversary, or, it's a birthday or something of their loved one who's passed, or, you might just say, send me a sign. Well, perhaps then you'll get a taste of cookies, and that's what your grandma cooked all the time for you, baked all the time for you, so maybe that is her way of sending a sign to you. It doesn't always have to be, a giant billboard that you see. It could just be that fleeting taste of the cookies that she used to cook. So just this sense is perhaps the most overlooked, I do believe, in spiritual development, but I think it can bring more depth, and certainly a very personal experience to intuitive development. So I would say give that a go, work on that one.